There is a verse in the Bhagavat Gita which says, "It is perhaps only one in thousands of beings strives for freedom, and amongst those who strive for freedom and think they have succeeded, hardly one knows the total truth of my being." Many people are concerned about the question of awakening. And there is this quest in a seeker to attain what he or she perceives as self-realization. But that very self becomes an obstacle for the seeker, because that self is an object in the seeker's imagination. We can say that we want enlightenment, we want freedom, we want moksha, we want liberation. But what do these things mean? Who are we trying to attain freedom from? We say bondage, we say afflictions of life. But then who is that is trying to alter this flow of life and expect to gain freedom? There are many prescriptions given by various gurus, and they say that meditation or the japa or some form of kriya can help with that. However, it is seen that the entire process of awakening is actually God's will. Because you did not become a seeker, you did not start the seeking, but seeking happened. At some point, there was a realization that in your personal blueprint, there is a pathway which leads to spiritual knowledge.
We're not playing games, we're reading these books, okay?
And so you pursued that path in search of peace and happiness. Similarly, in other people's life, the blueprint may be different. It may be destiny of some to run after material wealth, because that's what God intends for them. We do not choose these things, we simply live according to the cosmic law, which is our destiny or blueprint that is designed and defined by God. It is only that when we try to interfere in this process by clinging on to a permanent state which we imagine to be enlightenment, which we imagine to be something concrete, something separate, something that can make us different from others, it is then that we are caught up in this duality. The duality that a seeker is seeking something. Therefore, the Bhagavat Gita here says that there are thousands who strive for freedom, and some of them think that they have succeeded when they get a glimpse of a blissful state. But only one of them resides in their being and gets to know what it is. Clinging on to a permanent state is suffering, because phenomenality is designed to change. this entire flow is subjected to so many forces of nature that it is impossible to control these forces and change them according to one's own perception, according to one's own personal belief. So here I will say what Ramesh Balsekar said about awakening, and he said that the seeker need not bother about his or her awakening. The seeker does not have to bother whether the enlightenment happens or not, because it is not in our control. This is a process that is ordained by God Himself or herself, or whatever you imagine God to be. But it is God's will in action. However, I would also quote what Ramana Maharishi said, that your head is already in the tiger's mouth, which means that if awareness has brought you to this point where you are experiencing spiritual wisdom and peace, then take that as your destiny and simply move forward without worrying about attaining anything. Whatever you need to attain, whatever knowledge that you think you need to attain, will be brought to you, brought upon you by the source itself. Your worry about reaching a permanent state of enlightenment or permanent bliss is only going to delay this entire process. So, be free from the notions of liberation and moksha and reside in your being, which is Satchitananda.
Dada, listen to what the story said. Dada, listen to what the story said. The story said. So there's this new teacher who's a crossman. And